career Tit-Bits, not because we didn't want to, but then we use it to do evaluation of what we've done so far. And I hope you have responded to the questionnaires as well. If you haven't, please do, so that we can know the way forward. Today we have Mr. Richard Teria, the CEO of Kraakye Clothing, with us. I brought him here because I want him to tell us about how he has been going about his work and how the career Tit-Bits has impacted him and the way forward. Today our topic is opportunities. In the second episode, I remember we talked about the strengths and weaknesses, and I promised you that in the 8th episode we're going to look out for opportunities and how to identify them in your environment. And it's more reason why I also brought Mr. Teria here to tell us how he has been identifying opportunities around him and all that. But not to end the show, we will rather start it by asking Mr. Teria to tell us a bit about himself.
I'm Richard Teria, I'm CEO of Kraakye, and I'm an entrepreneur. I double as a fashion designer and an entrepreneur. Currently I'm into a bit of entertainment, and I do farms aside the fashion designing that I'm into.
One person. Okay, that's interesting. How did you choose your career? You've settled despite all the things that you're doing. You talked about zeroing in into fashion. How did you come by choosing fashion?
It's all started from back in high school, where I had a dream.
Let your high school mates know who you are. Which high school are we talking about?
I went to Academy of Christ the King.
Academy, okay.
Yes,
Where Cape Coast, Accra?
Yes, Cape Coast Academy of Christ the King.
Okay, alright. Who was the headmaster then?
Mr. Kofi Adato.
Adato, okay, Mr. Adato. Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, so I built a bit of interest in entertainment, and I built interest in clothing too, as well as at that time. And when I finished school, I chanced upon a number of books that I read, and I also developed interest in entrepreneurship. So I wanted to become an entrepreneur, and I had that artistic edge as well. So I decided to pick up and polish up some arts, a career down the art. And I got a friend, William Datson. He was sewing us at that time, and he taught me how to make a few patterns and how to put things together for a few months. Then I started sewing during my tertiary education days.
Okay, tertiary education days,
yes.
Meaning you have gone to one of the universities or
yes.
training college or what?
I went to University of Cape Coast.
Oh, okay, I see. Votech?
No. At the university, I read mathematics and economics.
Interesting.
So education in it, we had mathematics and I had a minor economics.
And so why are you into fashion now, after doing your mathematics and everything?
It's the edge. It's the edge.
Then why did you choose the mathematics in the first place?
I actually did well in high school. I'm actually good with math. I was actually good with math back in high school. So when I was entering the university, the guidance I had at that time taught it twice.
From who and who?
From my parents, from people who got the chance to peruse my results, taught it twice that if I read maths, and looking at the circumstances in this country, if you read maths and a bit of education, you can end up as a maths teacher. It's an easy get away.
Okay. So they were focusing on you getting a job right after school?
Right after school, yes.
Okay. Reason they looked at your examination results and said, go and do mathematics.
Yes. And as at the time, you don't have a lot of say in someone is paying for it. So if someone is thinking that you would have to do what's best for them at a point, because they think that would help you. And it's, if you are looking at it from their angle to, it equally makes sense that if you read maths, you would get a job after school.
Okay.
Yes.
Now let me ask this: has career Tit-Bits been beneficial to you?
Of course.
Listening to all these things around your career choice.
Of course.
In what ways has this career Tit-Bits been beneficial to you so far?
It's,
at least we've done 7 episodes.
So far, I've learned from career Tit-Bits that you should choose something that would that defines you as a person and go with it. So at a point in time, we would feel like, oh, what they were advising me to do, to go and become it, it's an easy way out. Why don't I consider becoming it? But then career Tit-Bits, it motivates you. You watch it and you realize, oh, okay, so you made a choice to be a fashion designer. For now, it's a startup, so it's not that you are not there yet where you want to be. It looks like you have a long way to go, and sometimes the energy is fading out. But career, stick to the decisions you made, and it will get better. And also, I've learned from last week's episode, from the previous week's episode, I think 2 weeks ago, we talked about being an introvert and an extrovert, and how you would have to balance it. The fact that you are an introvert does not mean you remain an introvert everything that you do. There are times that you would have to go out, associate with people to build some kind of motivation from them. There are times that as an introvert, if you are an extrovert, you would have to learn how to stay by yourself and develop some good that is in you. And so career Tit-Bits have taught me a number of lessons, to mention a few.
Let me ask this question. For how long have you affiliated yourself with Dominion Leaders Foundation?
Back in my university days, I had the opportunity to have an encounter with yourself, and I think from 2016 up to now, I've been in relationship with the Dominion Foundation for one way or the other.
Okay. Today our topic is opportunities. We're looking at observing our environment with who we are. We know our personalities already, and then we know the career environment as well. And so we're looking at if we're able to identify our strength, if we're able to identify our weaknesses, is there any way that there are a lot of opportunities around us that we can't see, or we've seized them, or what? So today our topic will dwell on opportunities. Now let me ask you, as a fashion designer, how do you come across opportunities?
Okay. My opportunities may look like a new design that I will be able to sell to people. And so on a normal day, when I'm going out, I pay attention to my environment. I look at the colors, I look at people I meet, what they are wearing, the current trend and all that. But then also as a business person, I approach every day with an open mind. You don't know who you are going to meet. You don't know where someone might be in need, and then you would have to offer support to that person, and that person in turn will end up becoming a client or someone who is...
Can you give us practical examples of what you're saying?
There was this time, like if you can look around the table over here, there was this particular table.
Okay.
I made this table, not knowing for a fact that one day it will look like this.
Okay.
So an opportunity was presented to me one day that we would have to get something that we write on if we sit here.
Okay.
And I took that opportunity up. And that day, I built something like this.
You
And
built it. It's
I
not
built
something
the
like
table.
this, right?
I built this particular table in here, and today
Interesting.
it's
looking
serving a
very
purpose.
beautiful.
It's looking all beautiful and all that, and also the curtains up there. And there was a problem. Always opportunities spring out of problems. There was a problem. It's a glass over there, so people could easily peep through at night if light was on. And I had to design something that would screen the space at night if the lights are on, and we were able to build something. So that was an opportunity. Least did I know that one day it will turn into a beautiful place as such that we are sitting here
All right.
having a conversation.
Thank you. So, do we say opportunity is money?
No. Opportunity is anything that you can do.
You know, I asked this question because many a times youth or our generation today, people always see opportunity when they see money attached to the thing. But the career opportunity we are talking about, in the good book it talks about whatever your hands finds to do it and do it well. Whatever, because you don't know what particular thing will lead you to get something that you've been looking for all this while. As Mr. Teria was saying, he was given the opportunity to mold the table. He did. Another opportunity to, get the curtain done. He did. But today, when we're talking about Dominion Leaders Foundation office and somebody talking about it's beautiful, it looks international, it's standard and all that, he's so proud to say that, look, my handiwork is part of it, isn't it?
Sure.
But at that time, did I present to you money?
No.
No, it wasn't monetary issue. So please, our generation today, don't let us only work or help when we see money, because you will miss an opportunity that has nothing to do with money, but will yield you money in future. Let's adapt the attitude of the ant. The ant identifies the season and says that, look, it is sunny and I can face the sun. Let me quickly gather all the food that I will need and put it somewhere, stock it, so that when the times comes that I can't go out there, I will still have food to eat. What opportunity are you taking in your environment? What advantage are you taking over the weather condition? The weather itself is an opportunity. We are here in Ghana that we have the sun throughout, shining. Go to other countries and see whether they have the sun. When the sun comes, they feel like being naked because it's an opportunity for them to, feel the sun. But we have it here and we don't do anything with it. We have the sun scorching 24 hours 7, yet we pay for electricity bills. I mean, it's something that I can't really understand when we really want to analyze career to that extent. That we have engineers, we have electrical engineers, we have the ECG people, all these engineers around, we have the sun being there, opportunity for us to generate our own light, and we are not doing it, but rather spending the little money that we get by paying for electricity. As a country, as a nation, the whole world can get electricity from Ghana, even throughout our sun. So the question is, what can you take advantage of? Look around your environment. What is it there that you have been stepping on? It's about time you look around again and then see what can you touch, what can you hear, what can you feel, what can you taste, what can you see around you that can help you build your future career and then take advantage of that thing. Mr. Teria, I would want you to tell us one more thing that you want to say about this opportunity thing. Has there been an incident that you saw that this is an opportunity and you drew closer and it was a mess?
There have been a number of instances. I mean, we live in an uncertain world, so specifically there was this time that we saw an opportunity to make money by organizing an event, and we harnessed the little resources.
What events are you talking about?
Specifically, back in the university, we organized an event called Afro Glamour on the Runway.
Afro Glamour.
It was a fashion show and also a live music set. So we put together resources, invited artists, hoping that we were going to cash out. But at the end of the day, we organized the event and we couldn't cash out as expected. So that was something we saw as an opportunity. We tried harnessing, and it didn't end the way that we wanted it to go. And even there was also this particular account last year that I had the opportunity to manage for a friend, a photography studio. I was thinking, it being an art person and a business person, it being an artistic endeavor, it won't be that difficult for me. And when I started it, I realized that it needs a lot more work. Me combining that particular art house and the Kraakye that I'm managing currently, putting the two together, it's ended up becoming
a mess. Okay. I think we will dive more into it in our 9th episode. Sure. I won't let you go. I'll invite you again so that we can dive deep into that aspect. I want to know how the mess came up and then how you were able to solve it. Or if it's still hanging, how are we going to help manage the two? Okay. And I think we'll end here because of time. And I want to thank Mr. Francis Esel for doing the sign language for us. Mr. Esel, God bless you. And I'm reminding all of you that please do respond to the evaluation that we are doing so that we'll be able to take decision from there. Thank you so much and see you next week. Bye for now.